Seniors, families, and everyone depending on SNAP benefits. Today's update could be one of the most important we've covered so far, because what if I told you that thousands of people across the country may already qualify for an extra $320 refund on their SNAP benefits? But most don't even know about it. And here's the shocking part. It all comes down to a new SNAP rule change that quietly went into effect. And unless you understand it, you might be leaving money on the table that's rightfully yours. So stay with me as I break this down step by step, explain who qualifies, how this refund works, and what you need to do immediately to make sure you're not missing out. Let's begin with the basics. SNAP, also known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is designed to help low-income families and individuals afford food each month. Typically, benefits are deposited directly onto your EBT card, and you use that card just like a debit card to purchase groceries. But sometimes, due to overpayments, underpayments, reporting errors, or sudden changes in household income, SNAP recipients can either lose benefits they should have gotten or accidentally receive more than they were eligible for. And in 2025, the USDA and state SNAP agencies have been tightening their monitoring systems, which means adjustments are happening more frequently than ever. Now here's where the $320 refund comes in. In several states, officials have discovered that certain households were underpaid due to miscalculations in benefit formulas. These mistakes weren't the fault of the families. They came from outdated income data, inflation adjustments, and in some cases, delays in state reporting. To correct this, the government is now authorizing refunds, or what they call retroactive adjustments, to make up for the benefits people should have already received. That refund amount averages around $320, though it can be higher or lower depending on your household size and income level. But here's the catch. Not everyone will automatically see this refund on their EBT card. For some families, the adjustment will be deposited directly without them lifting a finger. For others, the state requires you to verify your information, file a quick correction request, or even respond to a mailed notice. And this is where so many people are missing out, because if you don't take action, your refund could simply expire and the money goes unclaimed. Let me give you an example. In Ohio, a family of four discovered they had been receiving $100 less per month for nearly 3 months because the state didn't update their housing cost adjustment. When they caught it and filed a correction, they received a lump sum refund of $300 on their EBT card. Meanwhile, their neighbor who had the same error never filed the correction, never checked their mail for the notice, and as a result, lost out on over $180 that could have been used for groceries. This shows just how critical it is to understand the new rules and take action if necessary. So what exactly is this SNAP rule change that everyone needs to know about? Beginning in 2025, states were required to update income and expense data more frequently for SNAP households. This means that if your rent went up, your utilities increased, or your household size changed, your benefits should have been adjusted more quickly. But in many states, the systems didn't catch up in time. Instead of giving families the higher benefit they qualified for, the payments remained stuck at the lower amount. Now, the correction process has kicked in, and that's what's creating these $320 average refunds. But here's something else that may surprise you. The government isn't exactly advertising this refund widely. Why? Because not every household qualifies, and they don't want to create confusion or overwhelm the system with unnecessary claims. Instead, they're quietly sending out targeted letters, texts, and notices to those identified as underpaid. If you don't read the fine print, or if you ignore the message thinking it's just routine paperwork, you can miss your chance to claim the money. So how do you know if you're eligible? There are a few key signs. If your EBT deposits in recent months seem lower than expected, if your household reported an income or expense change that wasn't reflected right away, or if you recently had a change in family size like a new baby, or an adult leaving the household, you may be owed a refund. In addition, seniors and disabled individuals who qualify for higher shelter and medical deductions are among the groups most likely to be underpaid. The process to claim is very simple. If your state automatically issues refunds, you'll see the deposit labeled as a benefit adjustment or SNAP refund in your EBT transaction history. If not, you'll need to call your state SNAP hotline, explain the issue, and request a retroactive benefit review. Some states even allow you to file this request online through your benefits portal. Once approved, The refund is usually added directly to your EBT card within 2 to 4 weeks. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where things get urgent. Many states set deadlines for when these corrections can be claimed. For example, in Texas, households only have 90 days from the date of the error notice to request a refund. After that, the money is gone for good. In California, the deadline is 60 days, and in some states, it's even shorter. This means that waiting too long could literally cost you hundreds of dollars in lost food assistance. Think about it like this. $320 may not sound like a massive windfall compared to a stimulus check, but for a family living on SNAP, it can make all the difference. That refund can cover an extra month's worth of groceries, fresh produce, or essential staples that many families struggle to afford. And in today's economy, with food prices still rising, every dollar counts. But here's something even more important. The refund isn't just about money. It's about fairness. If you were entitled to higher benefits but didn't receive them, you deserve that correction. And too often, people on SNAP feel powerless against the system, believing the numbers on their EBT card are final. This rule change proves that you do have a right to question mistakes, and in many cases, the government will acknowledge the error and pay you back. As I'm explaining this, some of you may be wondering, could there be strings attached? Could claiming a refund put you under investigation or risk your benefits being cut? The answer is no. If the refund is due to an agency error, not fraud or misreporting, then you are legally entitled to it. The refund does not count as extra income. It won't affect your eligibility, and it's not taxable. It's simply money that should have been on your EBT card all along. That said, there is a word of caution. The same systems identifying underpayments are also flagging overpayments. So while some families are owed $320 refunds, others are receiving notices that they were overpaid and must pay back benefits. If you receive such a notice, don't ignore it. You have the right to appeal, and in many cases, repayment plans can be arranged. But the bottom line is, if you think you might be owed money, check first, don't assume, and act quickly. So, what should you do right now? Step 1. Check your mail and email for any notices from your state SNAP agency. Step 2. Log into your online benefits portal or call the hotline to ask if your case has been reviewed for underpayment. Step 3. Keep track of your EBT deposits and look for any line item marked as a refund or adjustment. And finally, spread the word to friends, family, and neighbors who might not realize they're missing out. This is one of those rare situations where the system is actually trying to fix itself, but it only works if people know their rights and follow through. And I promise you this, I'll keep monitoring updates, state by state, and bring you the latest information on SNAP benefits, refunds, and rule changes so you're never left in the dark. Before I wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. Imagine standing in the grocery store, watching the cashier scan your items, and wondering if your EBT card will have enough to cover it all. For millions of families, that stress is real every single month. Now imagine discovering an extra $320 on your card, enough to finally buy the foods you've been skipping, to give your kids a treat, or to simply breathe easier for a few weeks. And that's what this refund represents. Not just dollars, but dignity, stability, and relief in tough times. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Check, verify, and claim what's yours, because at the end of the day, SNAP is supposed to be a lifeline, and this refund could be the boost you need right now. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next update. And leave me a comment below. Have you seen any refunds or adjustments on your EBT card yet? I'd love to hear your experiences, and your story might help someone else get the money they deserve. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next update.